Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 77 and today we are starting things off in my new nether tunnel. My new super safe area that we have in the nether. Look, I can hear ghasts outside. Right now I would be terrified if this thing wasn't here. But it is, and it's looking cool, and I love the way this has all come together. But anyway, the plan for today's Hermitcraft episode is to do a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to be working on a bunch of different projects, kind of flitting between different things, and hopefully we can get a lot done. We can just clear everything up and get everything finished. And the reason that everything has to be done and fast-paced is because tomorrow I'm actually not going to be recording Hermitcraft. I've been invited to go to Pinewood Studios, which Pinewood Studios is like the big film studios that we have in the UK. And not only have I been invited there, I've been invited there by Red, the camera company, which makes all of the cameras, or a lot of the cameras at least, that are used to shoot these films, the high-end cameras that these cinema companies use. I mean, does it get much better than that? I can't wait, I'm so excited. So yeah, needless to say, Vicky and I are extremely excited about this. Anyway, aside from all that film and studio stuff, where on earth have I left my sponges? I swear I lose these things every other day. Starting to get a little bit worried as I've found 13 just sat there, but no more than that. No, I really don't seem to be able to find them anywhere. Ooh. Ooh. That's not good. Where would they be? Where would they be? Nope, still not found them. I have no clue. The issue that I have with my base is that I work on a lot of projects. I occasionally set up temporary chests there and then just leave items in that area. So I'm sure they'll crop up at some point. I suppose we're just going to have to change up projects. And having just tried to clear out these two strips here using the few sponges that I have, I think it's safe to say that the strips don't work. We need a full grid. I'm going to have to commit to it. So let's do that. So in this first time-lapse chat, I just want to answer some extra questions that I got from the other day's question and answer session. These questions have been super popular. They've got all sorts of likes on Twitter. And I feel like it would be a little bit unfair if I didn't answer them. So one of the most liked questions I actually got was, when are you going to do a what's inside the VW campervan Redstone video? Now the answer to that is probably never. I mean, there's a chance. I'm never going to rule it out. It could be quite good fun to do a what's inside the campervan video, but no. Other than just massive rust holes, there's probably not too much going on. But actually, to give you a bit of an update about the campervan, so it's booked to go in for its MOT next week. So I spoke about this the other day. It's currently off the road because it isn't roadworthy. It hasn't passed its roadworthiness test simply because I didn't take the roadworthiness test. I forgot that it had to have one. So then that's booked in, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it passes. We're going to get all the things fixed beforehand, so that it should fly through in flying colours. And the best news is that next year the UK is bringing in a new rule that says that cars over 40 years old don't actually have to have MOTs anymore. So you don't have to get one, which means that I'm never going to face this problem again, which means that the campervan is always going to be running and we're always going to be traveling around in it doing all sorts of adventures. The next question is, what item would you like in Minecraft? Now, one that just came to my head is like a piston, but it's like a rotator, right? So you power it and it will rotate something 90 degrees. Either clockwise or anti-clockwise. You can change that with like a little switch on it. So that means that you could push a piston up against it and then you could power the rotator and it would rotate that piston that is like connected to it, and then you could use that to like move pistons around and do all sorts of crazy stuff. Can you imagine if that was added into Minecraft? That would open up a lot of doors. In fact, it would allow you to make all sorts of doors. And we did it! We have cleared out the entire space. All of this area is now completely gridded in. And another thing that just randomly happened is these guys, subscribe and leave a like, have teleported to me. So now we have the dogs over in the base. I don't know what to do with them. Maybe I should sit them down here or something. But it's nice to have them over anyway. I should probably dye their collars too. Turns out I've been really smart, and I've actually put them in a place that makes sense. I found the sponges. They've been in my ender chest this entire time, along with 3 elytra, apparently. Apparently I've got those lying about. And also some of these, no, not ridiculous, but also 3 with a skeleton skull. I need to use ender chests more often. Right, okay, let's do some ocean clearing. So what I've done is I've created a super smelter, or a tiny super, it's not really a super smelter, is it? But this thing is going to do 1/2 of the sponges, so that's going to dry out 1/2 of the sponges, while we use the other half really quickly to clear out all of these little areas. And then when we run out of these ones, we'll hot swap. I actually forgot how fun it is to clear out these modules here. Let's see if I can do them quickly, right? Okay, and that was such a weird noise that came out of my mouth when I was trying to do that. But yeah, you guys get the idea. You kind of spin around and you place the 3 sponges throughout the module nice and fast. This is how much I've cleared out so far, but bad news is I seem to be down a sponge. I've only got 28. Where has my other sponge gone? It best not be on the floor. In fact, it best not have already despawned. One thing that's making this a lot easier this time around is the fact that I have actually made them the correct size. So in all of the other times that we've done this with the big diamonds, I have pretty much always had them just being varying sizes of between 6 and 4. That seemed to be where I'd go for. And that meant that it was quite difficult to clear them out like this. If it's a 6, it usually takes about 5 sponges just due to the way that the water fell. So this is actually going pretty smoothly. And another progress update for you. If I can just get a quick fly pass. Okay, I would say probably about 2/3 of the way done. 2/3 of the way cleared. Not too bad. Sadly though, this part are 6s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pain in the backside. But on the plus side, it looks like next to it, I've got some that are only 4 blocks wide, and these things are really, really easy to do. I only need 2 sponges each time. And this should be the final full square, which I haven't done particularly very well, but there we go. So that is all of the actual squares themselves done. Then we have a whole bunch of half squares, or also known as triangles, I suppose, going around the outside that still have water inside of them. But I'm not actually going to do those for the time being. I think what I'm going to do is actually take out all the water from the other side of the base, which is off in that direction. And you know what? I think I'm going to do it in the form of a third-person time-lapse. The next question that I received quite a lot down in the Twitter comment section type place is, are you going to make a home on the Hermitcraft server? Because one thing that I tend to do, and you guys know what I'm like, I've done this every single season of Hermitcraft. In fact, yeah, I think it is every single season. I've never built a home. I tend to just build a massive base and then not have anywhere to live. That's actually a good idea. I hadn't thought of building a house, but maybe we could build some form of house, maybe like an underwater mansion. Can you imagine how cool that would be, having like an Atlantis-style mansion, maybe off in the distance, just on the outskirts of my base? Yeah, that could be a fun project. So let me know down in the comment section if you'd like me to take on that sort of thing, and also let me know if it's annoying you that I don't actually have anywhere to live in my base right now. Next question is, why did you pick your skin? To be honest with you, there is nothing smart about this in the slightest. Lots of people like look at my Minecraft skin, they're like, oh, your skin's so perfect, it's such a good skin, it's such like an obvious, clear, understandable skin. To be honest, I'm fairly certain I looked up something like mustache man on a skin generator type thing, or the skin finder thing, and then I saw that guy and I was like, yeah, he looks pretty cool. And then from then on I just stuck with it, and then it became all of my channel branding and everything. So thank you ever so much to the person that created my Minecraft skin. You are an absolute legend. And then final question is, do you plan on playing any other games on this YouTube channel? I don't have any plans to at this point in time, simply because there's no games out there really that interest me more than Minecraft, and that's kind of my criteria. It has to interest me more than Minecraft for me to play it and want to make videos on it. But I'm not going to rule it out. There is a chance that in the future, new game will come along that I really, really like, prefer it to Minecraft, and then I'll start posting videos of that, obviously alongside Minecraft, together. So, not right now, but as I say, not going to rule it out for the time being. Sadly, we have run out of coal. We ran out of coal, and that means that we can't smelt up any more of the sponges, which means we can't dry them out, which means that we can't keep doing it, and I can't find any coal anywhere. Oh no, right, okay, we need to light up that top area, because he's gonna blow. I don't even know where they spawn. Where do they even spawn? Last ditch effort, just to look into it. Oh, I wonder. I've just had a thought. I have this super smelter in here, which I've also ransacked. Holy mackerel. What? What? This is like Christmas has come early. We've got tons of glass. Tons upon tons upon tons of glass. So now that all of that's done, it is time to do the cleanup operation, which is going to be pretty mighty, because of course we've got a giant grid filled with thousands upon thousands of blocks all ready to be taken out. Now the dirt stuff shouldn't be too difficult, but the stone is probably going to require haste 2 and a beacon, let's be honest. I swear this episode mainly consists of just perfect time-lapse material. Like, this sort of thing would also be brilliant as a time-lapse, watching all of the grids being taken out, seeing it in fast motion and everything like that. But I refuse to do another third-person time-lapse back-to-back with the previous third-person time-lapse. Otherwise, well, the entire episode might as well just be a time-lapse. Rather hilariously, I have 6 nether stars somewhere, but I cannot for the life of me remember where. I have lost 6 nether stars. I need a beacon. Just get me a beacon. I swear it's here somewhere. Hopefully they're in here. 4 of them. I think I only had 4. Where did I get 6 from? I must have had 6 at some point, but then I guess I do have 2 beacons in the base. Jeez, this place is really lethal at this point in time. Okay, I'm straight out of here. Well, I was planning on using emeralds to build the beacon, but I seem to have lost those as well. What is wrong with me? I am losing everything today. As per usual, I feel like I should mention, mining with a haste 2 beacon is gloriously, gloriously good fun. We are making good progress here, and we are clearing out a pretty large space. I always forget how big these places are when they're completely empty without any farms. Nicely done. Nicely done. Okay, all clear, all sorts of cobblestone all over the floor, but I don't care about that at this point in time, because I've been playing way too much Minecraft today, and we need to shoot through this project. Time to get rid of the water. Finally, after a very long day, one of these is cleared. We have got 1/2 of the clearing project all fully cleared up. Now, we know what these things look like. Okay, we have them all over the base. We have that one over there, that one over there. But this is what it looks like. We still have to do the show off because, yeah, a lot of man hours. A lot of man hours have gone into clearing out that space. Nicely done. Nicely, nicely, nicely done. Okay, I will discuss what the plans are and what we're going to be doing in this module, in this little area right here, later on in the Hermitcraft episode, but for now, we have got one more side left to do. That one over there, we have got to clear out all of the edges and also all of the side water and everything like that. So let's pick up the beacon and shoot on over. You know what? I can't help myself. We're going to go for it. This is going to be the first time in Hermitcraft history that I will do 4 time lapses in one Hermitcraft episode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9. Okay, so I'm going to place in this bunker, and then we are going to take out this entire area. Can you tell how long I've been playing Minecraft today? I refer to a beacon as a bunker. Now, in this final little time-lapse chat, I just want to tell you about my weekend, essentially, because I had a really, really cool weekend. For those of you who follow me on Twitter and Instagram, you will have seen this. I had the opportunity to go out in a 1937 Austin 7. Now, this is one of my mum's friend's cars. He built it literally from like a rusted out, non-rolling chassis, and he built it up, and it is a brilliant, brilliant story of how he went about doing it, and it runs absolutely perfectly. Like, it runs like a dream. He drives it every single day, which is very admirable, and he took me out in it. It's not fast in the slightest. It probably went about 50 miles an hour at the maximum, but it's got the little bike wheels, and it just feels ballistic, because obviously there's no doors or anything like that. The car comes probably up to like, well, you're sitting like bolt upright and you're sitting on top of the car essentially. It feels like you're going to fall out. No seatbelts or anything. And it's just the most fun thing in the world. I really, really would love one. And he must be the happiest person. I mean, he goes shopping with it and he takes it down to the shops and everything. I can't even begin to imagine how much fun that must be to use on a daily basis. For the third time in today's Hermitcraft episode, we have run out of memory. Well, we ran out of memory during the time lapse, but we are almost there. Just about it. And there we go. Whew. This was a long one. This was a bit of a long one, I have to say. A lot of long-winded projects and a lot of clearing stuff, but to be honest, I just wanted to get it all done in one Hermitcraft episode. I just wanted to get that done so that we could start work on the next projects. Now I want to see, what does this thing actually look like from up above? Pretty ridiculous! Yes! That looks pretty ridiculous. Nicely done, ladies and gentlemen. Nicely done. Wowzers. Okay, so we have got... I mean, the base is always enormous, okay? It's always been enormous. This base has always been huge. But now that we actually have all of the space cleared out, we now have 2 extra playgrounds to start adding in all of the farms. Now, the plans for the farms are as follows. I know for a fact that I really want a wheat farm, I really want a carrot farm, and I also want a potato farm. So, the wheat, carrot, and potato farms are probably going to be going maybe potentially on both sides. However, I'm not 100% certain just yet. I don't know how much of that stuff we're actually going to need. But we're going to have at least those in one of the modules. Another one of the farms that we're really going to need is... I would like some form of tree farm. I think a good sized tree farm would probably be a good option because I'm always running out of wood, so we're going to need that at some point. I'm going to need some form of chicken farm and all of the animal farms. In fact, all of the animal farms need to go in. So we're going to need sheep farms, we're going to need cows, we're going to need pigs, we're going to need all of those types of things. All of those need to go into one of the modules. And then I guess, I mean, where else do we go from there? Cactus farm. We need a cactus farm. Yeah, we really need one of those. Melon and pumpkin. We have those. That's already been sorted out. Oh, passive mob farm. So we're gonna have the cows and the pigs, but I'd also like to have an actual passive mob farm where they actually spawn themselves. I don't know how well it would work, but we do live in an ocean, which does help our situation, so maybe above even this one. We don't even need to make use of either one of these. Maybe above this one over here, we could build like a gigantic passive mob farm, except it is close to some land. So maybe not. It would probably be best to be in one of these because it's far away from land, so that doesn't affect the spawn count. Because look, okay, I'm going to show you guys something. If we come over here, look, this one patch of grass has produced all of these mobs. And this is over the past couple weeks, and a lot of them die. So, yeah, definitely could work. But of course, you guys know what I'm like. I could really do with your suggestions. What sort of things do you want me to build in these areas? Are there any farms that you think I've missed out? Because, you know, I'm only human. I'm only human. And also, there are certain farms that you guys know of that I don't know of. Things like crazy automatic cobblestone farms and stone farms and everything like that. So let me know down in the comment section if I have missed anything, and I'll be sure to add it to my list that I'm gradually forming of farms that we can add into this place. But yes, the base is looking incredible. I'm extremely happy with it. I hope that you've enjoyed this very long-winded and jam-packed episode of Hermitcraft of just pure clearing out. I really do hope you appreciate the time that I put into this one. But anyway, if you did enjoy, please sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later. Oh yeah, now as per usual, you should check out the latest film on the filming channel. You guys know what to do. There's a link on the end screen. It's a good one.